Hi, my name is Sarah, and I'm a senior electrical engineer here at Ciholas. Today, we will be discussing the importance of surveys for the CUWB real-time location system, some common survey errors, and their impacts. Let's get started. A survey establishes a defined 3D coordinate system for a tracking area. The anchor array is installed, measured, and then the coordinates are entered into the CUWB manager. The survey of the anchor array is critical to the real-time location system performance, reliability, and precision. Errors in the anchor location will directly translate into errors in position outputs. In other words, bad data in will equal bad data out. Let's take a look at 3 common survey errors. Anchors having a large survey error, anchors having an imprecise survey due to minor errors, and accidentally swapping anchor serial numbers. We have a CUWB system installed in our Lab C testing space to capture our control file. We have 6 anchors along the ceiling and 1 moving 100 Hz tag. This is our control data showing precise tracking in our Lab C space. Chris is pushing our tag staff along a taped off path. This looks pretty good. As we watch this control data, let's discuss how we will be generating the errored data. We will be taking advantage of data playback within the CUWB manager to show the impacts of common survey issues. This playback allows us to take captured data and timings from the system and then modify them for each of our error scenarios. In the next couple examples, we will be playing back both the control data and the errored data simultaneously to the CUWB viewer. The control data will use a blue tag color, and the errored data will use a red tag color. Exact errors will be determined by the overall anchor count and the geometry of the anchor array. These next examples are for guidance purposes and are intentionally exaggerated with a low anchor count. In this example, we have intentionally introduced a survey error where anchor Charlie 1 has been shifted 1 meter in X from its real position. This is a large error in the survey for the anchor. The shift of Charlie 1 is indicated by the pink cylinder. All other anchors have retained their original locations shown in blue. As we play back the data, the tags track together fairly well initially. Then as the tags reach the corner, an offset becomes more pronounced. The tags then diverge significantly. The offset introduced by the wrong anchor location continues to offset the tags by the same distance. Eventually, the tags will reconverge together as Charlie 1 factors into the tracking solution less than the other anchors. Let's rewind a bit and take a look at how we might identify this error. It is important to have a firm understanding of the tracking space, where the walls are located, and any environmental features. This helps us identify if anchors look out of place when observed in the CUWB viewer. In this simple installation, I can easily identify the missurveyed anchor by comparing its physical location to the location in the CUWB viewer. In this example, anchors Charlie 0, Charlie 1, and Charlie 2 have been shifted by several centimeters. The error positions are shown with pink cylinders, while the original anchor positions are displayed as blue cubes. As we play back the data, tags start tracking with an offset. Tags eventually converge, but the errored tag still has a slight offset. Rewinding a bit, let's take a look at how this error differs from the previous example. If I take a look at the space, it is obvious that 2 of the anchors are not aligned. For Charlie 1 in the middle of the array, it may be difficult to see the difference in the survey. The CUWB viewer has a measurement tool that can be handy to confirm the distances between objects. This can prevent errors if someone mistyped the survey data into the CUWB manager. In this example, we will demonstrate tracking issues that can occur when two serial numbers are swapped. This is a fairly common error when installers are writing down serial numbers and coordinates. Here we have swapped device Charlie 0 with device Charlie 1. Charlie 1 is shown in pink and Charlie 0 is shown in purple. The original anchor positions are displayed as blue cubes. As we play back the data, tags initially start tracking fairly close together. The error tag snaps to the average position of the anchors that hurt the tag. This is due to the calculation of the tracking being flagged as poor and shifting to low anchor count tracking or imprecise tracking. The tag continues to snap periodically to the correct tracking path, but then returns to imprecise tracking. Eventually, the tags actually start to mirror each other. This is due to the geometry of the position. The system resolves the position calculation with the wrong sign, flipping which axis it is moving along. Unlike the previous examples, this one is not visually obvious from the CUWB viewer. However, the CUWB Manager comes equipped with LED identification features that allow users to set an anchor to display a particular LED color or pattern. This allows us to check the information in the CUWB Manager against the real-world environment. Additionally, we typically perform an anchor walk, where we have an engineer take a tag and walk near or as close to each anchor as possible. The tracking will distort or push away the tag if the serial number is wrong. We will also use a test pattern or path to help identify issues, even if the ultimate tracking application is fairly random, like a sports field. For this video, our test pattern is a clockwise circle. We can clearly determine that the tag in the swapped video isn't following the test pattern and even appears to move backwards from our expectations of the test pattern output. To summarize our key ways to identify survey errors, check to see if anchors look to be in the correct locations with the CUWB viewer or embedded CUWB Manager viewer. Look for obvious signs of incorrect anchor locations. Use a test pattern and an anchor walk to identify tracking issues. And verify anchor serial numbers and general location in the space using the LED identification feature in the CUWB Manager. Thank you for watching this video on the importance of surveys. Additional information on surveying for the CUWB RTLS can be found in our installation guide on CUWB.io.